Continuing our series of helping you save thousands on your special day. Hello everyone, my name is Grace and I'm the founder and owner of Budget Wedding Stories, where we help couples like you have incredible memories for affordable prices. Welcome back. We are continuing our series on another 5 ways to help you save thousands in your wedding budget. Now, these aren't perfect. They may not be applicable for everyone, but they're just some ideas to give you a taste of thinking outside of the box to hopefully save a little bit more on your special day. So let's jump into it. Number 1, a quick way to save about $800 is DIYing your photo booth. Now, obviously, it's not going to look as amazing as a professional setup for a photo booth, but what I would recommend doing is getting you'd need 2 what are called C-stands, or 2 singular stands to be able to hit a backdrop against. Or if you already have a backdrop at your venue, make sure the backdrop's probably at least 3 meters, if not wider, because the more people you add into it, the wider everyone gets, the wider the shot gets, and the more likely you are to see the frame edge around it, and there could be a really ugly view behind it. You don't want that. So make sure you have a backdrop set up. On top of that, make sure you have good lighting. We had a beautiful backdrop at a wedding a little while ago, but the lighting on people, there was a singular drop light, just like your standard drop light, and it just cast horrific shadows on people's faces, and it was this really orangey or yellow, and it just made everyone's skin tones look really off. So if you are going to do a backdrop, make sure you get some good lighting if possible. Maybe just a couple of, a ring light or something like that from Kmart would be fantastic. Have a few props as well. You can get these at party stores, Kmart, like I mentioned before. Just something fun for couples to interact with, for your guests to interact with. If you search them up on Pinterest, you're going to be bombarded with ideas. If you have the time, rare, but if you have the time, you can even print and laminate them yourselves, just so they last that little bit longer. Just be aware of the reflection if you're laminating something. Maybe that's not the best idea now that I think about it. So that's a quick way to save at least a few $100. Weekday wedding. I know this is more in the earlier planning stage, but seriously consider having a weekday wedding, because a lot of vendors will offer a discounted price. I've seen some do as much as 20% off for a weekday wedding. Now, the perfect combo would be trying to land on a Labor Day or a pre-established holiday like Anzac Day or something like that, or seeing if there was a public holiday with a gap and then the long weekend, and then a normal weekend. So think of something like the Ekka. If most of your family are in Brisbane, and say for that year, I don't know what weekday Brisbane gets off for the Ekka. If you don't know what the Ekka is, it's pretty much like a big country festival in Brisbane, and different regions get the different day off in the lead up of the week. Say it lands on a Thursday, for example, or a Tuesday. You can do this with Thursday or Tuesday. I would encourage you to consider having your wedding day on the equivalent Monday or Friday. So you have the public holiday, you have a gap, and in that gap, have your wedding day. Obviously, you're going to need to send the invites well in advance so people can book holiday leave, but then that allows people to book a holiday and then, have an extended long weekend. Or you can just have your wedding day on the public holiday itself. That's another option. Just be aware that you definitely need to give your guests a lot of heads up with this. Some people will probably not attend your wedding because that's a time that they look forward to get a sneaky extended holiday. And so they may have already pre-booked other events and going away for that time. But that's one way to save a proper load of thousands while still having a large turnout for your special day. Cut your bridal party in half. Do it. Be a savage. I'm serious. Consider it. And maybe even not having a bridal party at all. Now, you can have honoured friends and honoured guests and stuff like that, but they don't have to be standing up there with you, and then that doesn't come with the same kind of financial expectations that a bridal party would normally have. cutting the bridal party means you don't have to pay for shoes, you don't have to pay for jewelry, you don't have to pay for hair and makeup on the day, you don't have to have as big of a getaway, stuff like that. So it's something definitely worth considering. I know you love these friends, I know they're wonderful to you. Figure out other ways that you can honor them on your special day though. Whether they're witnesses, whether they're ushers for the day, whether they're they do a speech, or they're the MC, or there's a whole bunch of ways that you can still honor your friends, but them not be a part of the bridal party, which puts you on a hook financially. $350 alone in switching to digital invitations. I love beautiful invites. I love the detail and the intricacy of them. I love having a physical copy, but I know for my wedding, A, it was too soon to justify invites, and B, I just didn't have the cash money. And so we opted for a wedding invitation website. I can't remember. I think it was like Still with Joy or something like that, where it was pretty much free. You upload your guest list, all their emails, contacts, and you send out all the details for your day. And yeah, we just pretty much did it like that, and it saved us the time of posting, designing, printing, posting, sending it out, but also allowed a fantastic update system because it automatically updates you if people are able to attend or unable to attend. It easily collates stuff like dietary requirements, even requests for travel, like if people are having trouble with travel, so they can flag that, any other fun things as well, like a song for the dance floor, etc. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to be a little bit controversial because it is a bit difficult to do. One of the smartest things that you can do on your day, which will cost a little bit more financially, but actually have much better returns in almost every other area, is having all of the events in the same location. Now, I recognize this is tough for church weddings, registry weddings, etc. But if you are going a little bit more, if you're doing a mid-size wedding and you're going a little bit more out, I would definitely highly encourage you to spend a little bit more to keep everything on the same site. Why? First of all, you are going to have so much more time because you're not having to travel back and forward. There's no traffic struggles. There's no worries about the buffer times that you need to get in and out of the car. You can have, if you've lost something, everything should be in relatively the same location. On top of that, it allows you to compress your packages. People don't think about this. A lot of weddings, the couples that I have probably lose an hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3 or 4 hours from us transiting alone. And it's like, well, why can't they just only charge the hours that they were there? The packages they're continuous. You'll find this with every photographer. Photographers don't stop and start their packages, as well as a lot of other vendors. They don't stop and start the packages for only the time that they're taking shots. It's how long am I, in a sense, unable to be at another wedding. That's what you're getting charged for. And so having it all in the same location and venue, though, means that, oh my goodness, it's great. I'm being serious, guys. Prep alone, the prep coverage, if you're just in 2 cabins next to each other, honestly, I could probably do in like less than an hour, both bride and groom, and then run to the ceremony on top of that. I had that realization one day when I did my first wedding that was all in one venue. I was like, I started early just for the love of it, but like, I've covered everything and it's still 9 o'clock. And so, of course, I got the drone out flying and it got extra stuff as well. But you would be surprised how much coverage can happen and how much faster things can happen if it's all in the same location. Ideally close to each other. Don't make me run across 4,000 acres. But that's something that you're highly worth considering, because then you're saving on the hourly rates for your other suppliers. Even thinking like your DJ and MC and entertainment, stuff like that, as well as your videographer and photographers. So highly, 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 highly worth considering. That's kind of 4D chess level if you're more of that mid-tier wedding still looking to save on your budget. Anyway, is there anything I missed? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I would love to hear your wisdom down below. Let's help other brides save a little bit more on their wedding day. Anyway, look forward to seeing you in the next video.